Howdy gamers, and welcome back to video number 2 of the beginning of Genesis Alpha 1. When we left off, we were beaming up some sulfur to make turrets out of. So we're still doing that, still getting the occasional alien. But all in all, things are going nicely. There's some DNA on the ground there, some biomass. Okay, it's telling us we need a biotank module in order to store the collected biomass. So we'll go into the construction mode here and make a biotank. And you may notice that I also moved the workshop. It was next to the hangar. So now we have a biotank, and we also have a clone lab. I went ahead and built one of those. So now we're beaming up some lithium, which can be used to make energy barriers. And the beam stopped, which I believe means we're out of space. So we're out of free space in storage. We need to build a new storage module. But I do not have the resources to build a storage module. Now what I could have done right here is gone into the workshop and built some turrets, but for some reason that didn't occur to me. And so I went all the way to the bridge and I warped to another sector. I'm really not sure why why I did this. I just did. So we're up there in the corner. You can see that thin, larger box. That's the area we can warp around in. And then the smaller box that I'm moving, that's where I'm choosing to warp to. So here we go. And we're in a new location. Lambert is hard at work scanning. So now we're taking a look at what's here, and there's some iron and some lithium and some sulfur, but we still have no free space in storage. And I think it just now occurs to me that, hey, I could build something and free up some storage space. So here we go over to the workshop. Energy barriers take lithium. The turrets are sulfur. And I can make 3 turrets. I need to make a bunch of turrets, like I mentioned in the last video. And there we go. So now the turrets should be in here. Here they are. Now we can go start putting them in places that I feel need a turret, and there are quite a few of those. So we'll put some down here in the refinery. By the way, these Into Darkness videos are made up of approximately 2 hours of footage that I'm editing down. I may fit them into 3 15-minute videos, approximately 15, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is heavily edited, just to let you know. So we're beaming up more sulfur to make more turrets.
Resource being complete. Resource acquired.
Another alien. It looks kind of different from the first ones we saw. Kind of like a big maggot. Very nice. Resources collected. Okay, so here's another reason why you need to make the capacity to make a bunch of turrets, because they have limited ammunition. They start off with 600 rounds. You can see that one's shot off a few, and this one has shot off some, a little bit more actually. But they're still pretty good. But you have to replace these turrets every once in a while, so lots of sulfur is going to be needed throughout the game. Now I've got a turret here in the hallway. This one hasn't been fired at all, but aliens can pop out at different places on the ship, so it's good to have a bunch of turrets around just in case. Your crew will fire at them also, but they need the help of the turrets, otherwise they'll get hurt and they can actually die. I've had a couple of crew members die because I didn't have enough turrets to help them out. That was 2 aliens in that one. But we also got a clone sample of a different type of creature that has improved resistances but lowered intelligence. So I'm out of space again. So here we go, back to the workshop to make more turrets. But yeah, the creatures that have improved resistance but lowered intelligence, they are good to, I imagine, they are good to station in the hangar, and they would go land with you, and they would just be tougher on those away missions. Be harder to kill them, which would be good.
Access granted.
And here we have more turrets. I get lost on my own ship a lot. So here we are in the refinery. We've got a bunch of turrets down in here now, which is nice. Back to the workshop after some more mining, I imagine, beaming. And we're making some energy barriers, and so you'll see what those are here in a second. Again, these take lithium to make. The turrets are sulfur.
Access granted.
And there we have 2 energy barriers, which is good. Because I want to put them in a particular spot in the hangar. So like I said in the last video, if you send your lander down with the crew and you don't go with them, it's possible and probable, it seems like it's probable, that they will bring back stowaway alien creatures. So you want to keep those creatures out of your service tunnels. So these energy barriers can do that, and they can also block enemy projectiles, because there are aliens that have guns, and those guns do damage you, shockingly enough. So now we're back in the tractor beam room, and we're getting a little bit more sulfur. And it kind of goes that way for a little while. I just beam up sulfur, make turrets, warp to another spot, and repeat the process until I feel like I have enough turrets and enough energy barriers. You know, just I feel like I generally have enough defense that I can go ahead and do some other things like land on a planet. And you also have to build a deposit, because when you land on the planet, a lot of what you bring up from the planet is ore, and it needs to be refined, but the ore is put into this deposit area. Then the robots will come over and pick it up and take it to be refined in the refinery. So it's good to have that deposit before you land. But here we are, we're about to go for our first landing. This place has sulfur,
Destination set.
and it also has what they call a site, which is
5, 4,
usually some kind of
2,
like a crashed ship, or it could be a crashed satellite, some kind of technology that you can scan, and you can get either a bonus right at that moment, or you can find information on how to go get a bonus somewhere else, like a location. So here we are on our first alien planet. That little message was saying that we didn't have biomass. If you have biomass, you can use it to heal yourself in the ship. So here's a piece of
accessing archives.
technology. Looks like a crashed ship of some kind.
20%.
And you just have to... uh-oh, one of my crew just got injured.
40%.
You have to stand close enough to it to scan it. It'll just automatically scan if you're close enough. But I'm going to check on my boys over here. Or boy and girl, I guess. So we got some biomass. So if they want to, they can go into the ship and heal themselves. But meanwhile, they are gathering resources.
Accessing archives.
We'll go back over here and finish this process. It'll just pick up where you left off, which is good.
80%.
Sometimes there are other things on the ground around these ships that can be picked up, but
All phases complete.
not around this one. So here we have a suit upgrade. A suit upgrade increases shell consuming weapons damage by something. I didn't catch the number. Basically, it makes you tougher. You can see there's a turret on top of the ship too, which is nice.
New clone research unlocked.
You can also bring a turret with you if you like and put it on the ground to supplement your defenses. And we got some DNA there from a species that we could use to make a clone hybrid, human-alien hybrid. Lots more biomass and DNA on these planets than if just waiting there in the tractor beam for them to show up. But you can see on my arm there's a little pointer showing what direction the aliens are coming from. You can only see it if I'm holding the rifle, though. Or the resource gathering gun there. So we're almost full up here. A little bit more sulfur to grab. Okay, the harvester is fully loaded. So we're going to get back to the ship, and I'll end this video here. So yeah, if you're enjoying this, keep a lookout for video number 3.
6,
Thanks for watching.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.